If you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, burnt out, anxious, all of those things happen when we spend too much time on things that aren't our big rocks, too much time on things that are not our big rocks. We feel stressed and overwhelmed when we're doing things that are not a priority to us, when we've said yes to things that are not available for room in our jar. And that's why it's so important to take time and honestly reflect on what are our big rocks. For a really long time, one of my big rocks was my career. It was probably one of the most important rocks. It was my biggest rock. It was the rock I put in the jar first, and it was the biggest rock that I had. It got so much time and attention and thought and energy in my life because I wanted to be successful. I wanted to climb the corporate ladder. I wanted to be a CEO. I wanted to own a business. I wanted to be successful. And so I said yes to everything related to my job. I went to extra conferences. I traveled more than I should have. And to be honest with you, I worked a ton. I worked on weekends. I worked on weekdays. I worked 80 hours a week and didn't even bat an eye at it. Was I burnt out? No. Was I exhausted? Not really. Why? Because it was a big rock. Because it was really, really important to me. And it was something that I wanted to devote my time and attention to. And so I never really felt burnt out by it. I got energy from it and excitement from it. And I loved it because it was a big rock. Now, fast forward 6, 7, 8 years. I'm married. My husband and I have adopted 2 kids. We have a couple of dogs and a house and a yard. And we like going to Lowe's on the weekends. Who am I? And all of the sudden, those things, my job, my career, didn't feel like as big of a rock anymore. It didn't feel like it was as big of a priority anymore. And I think what's important to understand is that you don't lock your rocks in at the age of 20. The rocks you decide on as your big rocks this semester in your life will be different next semester in your life. They'll be different in 6 months. They'll be different in 12 months. They'll be different in 12 years. These things change and evolve over time. They're supposed to. The things we devote time and attention and priority and effort and thought to, our big rocks, evolve, they change. But what's important to understand is that those things are the things we prioritize in our lives. We put them in our jar first.